Everywhere I turn these days, it seems like some meatheads talking about or asking about the validity of intermittent fasting. So in today's video, we're going to very briefly discuss what it is, how it will improve both health and fat loss, and whether or not doing so will lead to your oh so precious muscle mass vanishing like a fart in the wind. What's up, meatheads? Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. Today we're going to discuss the merits of voluntarily starving yourself for set periods of time, also known as intermittent fasting. And you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. For fat loss and for health reasons, I'm a big fan of intermittent fasting. The science supports it, and the fat loss and muscle sparing results I got when I started incorporating it do too. And when discussing the scientific support for the merits of doing this intermittent fasting, you need to understand the mechanism for these badass benefits. It's going to be the increased secretion of human growth hormone that occurs as a result of your voluntarily starved state. We'll talk about how manipulating this surge in one of your body's most powerful anabolic hormones will help you burn more fat while helping you hold on to muscle mass shortly. But first, let's discuss the basics of what you need to know about fasting in and of itself. First off, intermittent fasting is literally what I referred to as earlier. It's voluntarily not eating or drinking anything of nutritional value for a prolonged period of time for the purpose of one of these three reasons: religious beliefs, weight loss benefits, and or digestive system relief and rebooting. Now, I was raised better than to talk about religion at the dinner table, so I'll take a hard pass on the merits of the religion, but I can talk about the weight loss and digestive health benefits of using intermittent fasting. For the purpose of weight loss, daily 12-hour fast or bi-weekly 24 to 36-hour fast are a great way to facilitate faster fat lipolysis without any accompanying muscle loss. What's the secret? After all, haven't we always been told to eat smaller meals every few hours to facilitate a faster metabolism when we're trying to get ripped up? And don't we want to feed our body protein as quickly as possible upon waking up to prevent any muscle wasting? Well, when faced with two contradictory theories like this, it's always a good idea to lean on real science instead of bro science. And the real science tells us that when your body is in a fasted state, as it will be when you're sleeping, your pituitary gland recognizes this in a very primitive light. The message that's being sent to our body when fasting is very simple. We're starving and we gotta do what's necessary to find some damn food. So in response to this primal message that you're sending your body of not being provided sustenance for a prolonged state, something really badass for us meatheads occurs. In a starved or fasted state, when blood sugar levels are low and insulin levels are low, our human growth hormone levels increase dramatically by 2,000% after a 24-hour fast, to be exact. Now, why is an increase in this hormone good for us guys that want to lean up without losing all that muscle mass we bust out our ass for? Because it's responsible for allowing us to tap into our body fat to fuel all activity while completely sparing our muscle from experiencing the gluconeogenesis that leads to muscle breakdown. Less fat, more muscle. Think about it from a strictly primitive standpoint. Our needs in life are simple at the fundamental level. We need to survive long enough to find a mate and procreate for the purpose of carrying on a stronger version of the human race. And that's impossible if we aren't adequately fueled. So the evolutionary adaptation that we developed along the way to deal with these situations where we're in between feeding and searching for our next meal is the pituitary gland's magic meathead primal survival tool that I call human growth hormone. As I said, HGH, or human growth hormone, is some pretty badass stuff. It helps us break the seal on our in case of emergency energy stores, our body fat, hold on to the muscle that provides the strength and endurance needed to find and harvest food, and at the same time provide the laser-like mental focus needed via a parasympathetic nervous system fight or flight response to dial in the task at hand, which is getting us fed. Add to this fact that at a fundamental level, fat loss all comes down to creating a caloric deficit, and when you're fasting while at the same time getting your swole on, you're going to quickly do that, and boom! You've got a perfect recipe for burning more fat and holding on to muscle. All these benefits in response to simply not providing any caloric value to your body for a prolonged period of time. So if that's the case, the really cool thing for us is that anytime we want, we can take this understanding of how our body responds to being in a fasted state and trick it into thinking it's starving so that we can manually initiate a greater release of HGH. The perfect scenario that allows for exactly what we're looking for: isolated use of body fat as fuel with no accompanying loss in muscle tissue. And then there's the relief to our digestive system that intermittent fasting helps with. I'll keep this real quick and simple. If your digestive system isn't being forced to break down the food that you would be consuming, then you give it a chance to hit the reboot button and operate off a clean slate. The way I like to think of it is it's kind of the equivalent of giving your body or giving your entire digestive system a rest day, which only improves the efficiency and functionality of nutrient breakdown and absorption after you break your fast. So there you have it. If you're looking for a surefire way to improve gut health and more importantly help initiate faster fat loss without any muscle loss, then you should definitely give intermittent fasting a try. Now, I know the subject of intermittent fasting has multiple layers to it, so if you do have any questions that you'd like me to address in future videos, then make sure you leave those questions or suggestions for a future video down in the comment section below. Hey dude, thanks for checking out today's video. Listen, if the subject of faster and more scientifically supported methods for fat loss are something that you're personally interested in, then be sure you don't leave without first grabbing your 10 free anabolic cardio routines that I put together for you inside your complimentary copy of what I call the Anabolic Fat Loss Reboot. You can get these right now by simply clicking on the book image that you see right over there, and when you do, I'll take you to the free gift page that shows everything I'll be hooking you up with in addition to these workouts, while simply asking where I can email it to you so that you can immediately deploy it for the faster fat loss results that you're looking for. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler out.